Friends, it's Simon, and I'm back with a brand new video. It just kind of popped up here on YouTube. I just noticed, so never heard of this guy before. His name is Coach Carbohydrate. So I'm gonna react to this slave here, Coach Carbohydrate slave here, to his video. So Coach Carbohydrate says, the body's primary and preferred fuel source. Everyone was so wrong. Oh, everybody's so wrong. Why? What's the preferred fuel source? I'd love to know.
Alrighty, I've got a video here. So we're basically learning about the body today and what the best fuel source is for it.
Oh, we are we? Okay. I can't wait.
This goes for the brain, the immune system, all the organs, the heart, all your muscles. Let's see if I missed any.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. All the important shit, everything in the body basically runs on glycogen. Now, what is glycogen?
Oh, everything on the body runs on glycogen. I had no idea, no clue. So what's the other preferred source? Because you say everybody got it wrong. What's the other one? Why don't you tell us?
Basically sugars, you know the reason why you have blood sugar.
Sugar. Oh, isn't that the stuff that the scientists, when they did a test with cocaine and sugar, the rats ran to the sugar instead of the cocaine? They said it was the most powerful drug that was out there. Interesting. Okay.
Your body is to power all these things. Now,
it is it? But doesn't sugar cause glycation?
Why is it the primary and preferred fuel source? Is because it's effective. You know, every cell in your body runs on sugar. So
it does it? But doesn't science say that eventually, as you get older, if you keep running on carbohydrate sugar, the mitochondrial become dysfunction and you get metabolic diseases and so forth and so on?
Yeah, super critical. Basically, the human diet, how we evolved when our brains got bigger, because our brains can chew up about 40% of total calories from the whole entire day. You know, and so
wow, that's interesting. So sugar grows brains, not amino acids, right? Oh, that's interesting. I had no idea. So it's not fatty acids or amino acids that grow brains. It's sugar that makes the brain bigger. Okay.
It's just very glucose demanding, and the brain just loves to store glucose and burn glucose.
So brain stores. Where does it store glucose in the brain? I had no idea.
So, yeah, that happened from us being humans 250,000 years ago. Discovering that we can.
That happened to us as humans over 250,000 years ago. I didn't know you were 250,000 years old. Oh shit, bro! You must be the oldest person on the planet.
Make fire and then bake potatoes.
We made fire and we baked potatoes? I don't even think a scientist knows that. Wow, because they didn't live that long.
Unlock that calorie source, that simple carbohydrate calorie source for our brain to use, our immune system, our muscles, our heart, all our organs, even our sperm cells run on bloody a type of it. So it's super important. Now, what happens if you go on a low-carb diet? Basically, your immune...
Here's a question, though. Potatoes, he said potatoes, baked potatoes, 250,000 years ago, but weren't potatoes brought to Europe to the New World from the New World to the Old World? Wasn't it found in a place called Peru? So Europe didn't have potatoes for over a 500-year period. We only had potatoes for 500 years, and America was just discovered. 500 years ago by Christopher Columbus. So where did they get the potatoes from, sir? You said 250,000 years. Where did you get them from? Were you there in Peru? What are you talking about? We didn't have any potatoes.
Immune system's going to stop working as well. You're going to have less glucose going to your brain.
I have a question. What did humans eat or do before they had potatoes? if that's the preferred source. If they didn't eat potatoes, sir, this stuff, what was the preferred source? Like, what did they eat exactly? What were they doing previously before that? That 250,000 years ago, what did they eat when they didn't eat that stuff? How do you know they had fire and they were baking potatoes all day? What did they bake them on? Did they have pots too? Did you guys have pots and plates and pans and shit and coffee cups and forks and knives?
And, you know, people, when they're on keto, they say they got the keto flu, they can't think straight, they can't concentrate, they have lower energy levels.
The keto flu?
So basically, if you want to be incredible...
The keto flu? Ketones, that's when your body starts producing its own glucose. Goes into something called ketosis. Yeah. It's natural. That's its natural state, apparently.
Really smart, and you want your brain to be, you know, firing on all levels.
Sure.
Having enough sugars really helps the brain, you know, peak performance.
Oh, that's it.
I'd say definitely drinking enough water as well. You got teeny little blood vessels in your brain, and drinking enough water and enough carbs, it can fire on all cylinders, you know.
Really?
So that's super critical. Now the immune system, it just shuts down if you don't eat enough carbs, you know, and your immune...
Just like being on drugs, eh? So it'll shut down if you don't eat enough carbs. I don't eat any carbs right now. I eat 0 carbs. Why isn't my system shutting down? But I am eating a lot of animal fat.
Systems in charge of killing cancer cells.
Systems in charge of killing cancer cells? But I thought cancer thrives off sugar. Thought that was the cause, sugar. Okay.
You know, just stopping you from getting sick, all sorts. You know, all your internal organs run on glycation.
Sugar, which isn't a nutrient, which we already know in science, you know, human bodies simply only want nutrients. All it wants is nutrient. A human cell only wants nutrients. It doesn't want any sugar. Yet this guy says that's all it wants is sugar. And it runs off sugar, and it lives off sugar, and thrives off sugar, and a bunch of stuff. Sugar, sugar, sugar all day long. All right.
You know, it's the primary and preferred fuel source of all of these.
It's the primary and preferred fuel source. So animal fat is not the primary or preferred fuel source. It's sugar. Okay, so it's not nutrients, it's sugar.
Systems in the body, you know. Some people say, oh yeah, you know, you can do keto, you don't need to eat carbs, you just do keto, you run on fat, you know. But it's not the primary.
Okay, yeah, you can run off fat and everything, but it's not the primary
preferred fuel source. Just because
But why isn't it the primary fuel source? It's been the primary fuel source as far as I know. I don't know, according to you, it's been for 250,000 years. Because you've been baking potatoes over fires or something. You invented fire and baked potatoes. But yet, potatoes weren't discovered until just 500 years ago. But you had them 250,000 years ago. Oh, okay.
you can doesn't mean that it's optimal or says anything bad.
Oh, it can, but it doesn't mean it's optimal. And how do you know this? Is it based on your experience? Like, when you discovered these baked potatoes that you were baking, what happened? What were you running off of then? Was it really decrepit when you ran off animal fat? Was it very, very bad for you? Did you feel really, really bad? And then when you discovered these potatoes, and then you discovered fire and you started baking potatoes, you never even tried them raw. You just baked them right away automatically and said, woohoo, baking. And then all of a sudden that was the fuel source, the preferred fuel source?
About carbs. It's like, you know,
when you ask a drug addict, what's their preferred food? You know, what's their preferred thing to do? They tell you drugs. Doing drugs all day, getting stoned. That's their preferred thing, to get stoned, do drugs all day, man. Get it?
Yeah, it's basically humans didn't eat keto. What it is, ketosis is basically when you're starving to death and all you're eating is...
when you're starving, that's what keto is? You're starving to death? I didn't know that. I thought it was you're on high animal protein and fat, and then your body starts reverting back to its natural state, ketosis. Because you've been on drugs the whole time called glycogen.
Maybe leaves, because leaves can be found everywhere, and there's very low calorie. There's no calories in leaves.
Oh, leaves can be found everywhere. They're low calorie. Hey, why don't you turn around and eat some of those leaves, man? See how they taste, dude.
So they're eating leaves and maybe, burning body fat because you're starving.
Oh, you're starving, so you're eating leaves. You turn around and eat those leaves, eh? Oh, okay.
All you have to eat is leaves.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
And so the body fat is causing you to be in ketosis.
Oh, yeah.
So that's what ketosis is designed for, is when you're starving to death and you have no food.
Oh, that's what ketosis is. When you're starving to death and you have no food. That's what ketosis is. Okay.
Food, and it's designed for you to, still be able to function, albeit limited. You function limited.
Oh, but you still function, but it's limited. Okay. What limits it though? What causes it to be limited? I'd love to know.
You're starving. That's why,
If you're functioning off of it, why would you be limited? Why would your functionality be limited? If this is making any sense, but okay, dude.
There's no such thing as breatharians. They're all full of shit because they all eat food in secret, in private.
Oh, okay. And say they eat it. They're all full of shit because they eat food in secret. Okay. Yeah, man.
You just can't live without eating food. And
I love this, man. Is this a comedy act or something or what? Comedy channel.
Particularly the body's primary and preferred fuel source, which is carbohydrate,
Sure, yeah, man.
makes that extremely, extremely essential.
Oh, yeah, that makes a lot of sense, man. Yeah, when we didn't have potatoes or any carbohydrates, we were all starving to death for hundreds of thousands of years until we discovered potatoes, which he says apparently was 250,000 years ago. We discovered potatoes or something from that line. I don't know. And when we discovered fire, too, so at the same time we discovered potatoes, we discovered fire, and we baked potatoes, man, over fires, bro. Get it?
Now, when we're talking about the muscles, is glycogen is the preferred fuel source.
Oh, muscles are glycogen, and it's the preferred fuel source. Yeah, okay.
You can perform much higher athletically if you're getting enough carbs. If your muscle.
Well, I've seen some people on drugs, and man, they can really perform. That's why Maradona, they got caught taking cocaine, bro. Get it? A lot of people, it's on the OAC list, right? Isn't it? The Olympic list. I think caffeine is considered a drug too. Caffeine, if you're caught with caffeine in your system, that too. It's called a stimulant. Ever heard of that, sir? It's called stimulant. Now, of course, sugar is a legal drug, so that's not on the list for some reason. I don't know why, but whatever, man. I guess because it's marketing. Who knows? There's a lot of drugs on there. Even smoking drugs, to calm your nerves down. But then there's drugs that, hype you up and shit. Yeah. And then there's like steroids, which is a drug too.
Are full of glycogen. You don't see a single strongman competitor or power lifter that doesn't understand the importance of carbohydrates when it comes to strength and really pushing the boundary and body.
Yeah, I mean, people get used to eating the peasant slave food diet, slave food. You know what I mean? That's the preferred source for slaves to make them work. Of course, you ever put NOS on your car? NOS, man, nitrogen. You fucking inject that nitrogen into the engine, and eventually the engine just overworks itself like crazy. But eventually that engine just fucking dies, bro. After you do too many of those NOS stuff, and you run that engine to the ground, it's dead. It dies completely kaput, man. That's what happens to humans eventually. The more of this glycation, glucose, glycation, whatever you want to call it, man, who gives a shit, bro? So you taking on more than your body could really manage. That's why you look like a mummy, because of the carbs. That's why people look like mummies. But people are not on their natural diet eating raw meat all day. They're not eating raw meat, raw eggs, raw milk, this and that. What they're eating is sugar all day. They just don't realize it. They go, but I'm not eating sugar. I'm eating bread and potatoes and vegetables and fruits and all of that. But all of those things are sugar. They convert to sugar in your body. Get it? Which contributes to what? Glycation. Which, listen to the word glycation. It almost sounds like accelerated aging. because that's what it's actually doing. Or accelerated, I would say you're deteriorating faster than you're regenerating. Yeah.
As well, they're all eating the white rice, and
oh yeah,
they're
all eating the white rice, which actually that will deteriorate you even faster because it has arsenic in it. There's glucose and arsenic, a drug, like a fucking poison, man, in it. It's crazy. Well, not to mention oxalates, right? I think they both have oxalates too as well. I mean, potatoes and this fucking shit. So that adds to the deterioration, the oxalates and everything else.
Power. Now your heart and lungs as well for the cardio.
Oh yeah.
As well as the legs.
Sure.
Carbs. Needs carbs. If you're not eating enough carbs, you're just going to gas out. Your blood sugar is going to drop while you're pushing really, really hard. Mm-hmm. You want blood sugar to be super high, so it's constantly sending...
You want blood level sugar to be super high. Super dupery high. I don't know, man, because I'm not eating any sugar. I just eat meat. I'm sorry, sir. I guess I should be dead already. It's been years now.
Extra sugar out from your liver, wherever it's stored, to your body.
Yes, sir.
To your muscles.
Yes, sir.
During the exercise, But once that drops, your performance drops.
During the exercise, I like that.
You
mean during the slavery? Okay.
Yeah,
while you're slaving away?
You're getting maybe dizzy, your blood sugar's dropping.
Yeah.
Your legs aren't as strong. You just don't know it. You're just doing an ineffective workout. So, with all that being...
Ineffective workout. Have you ever seen what drug addicts look like? Eventually, with time, they look completely deteriorated, man. It's the same thing what society is on drugs called sugar. A very powerful drug. And so they're deteriorated as well. Just like these real hardcore drug addicts, man. They're deteriorated. And people on eating, you can see it on people. You know that they consumed a lot of drugs called sugar, glycation. The glycation appears in their appearance. People asked, how did this guy, one guy asked me, I think in my community section, I posted that martial arts guy, I forget his name now. He's 76 years old and he goes, how is that possible? How is it possible that he still looks like he's young, like he's like in his 20s or like he's 30 years old or something? How is this possible? It's really easy. It's called don't eat sugar, zero glycation, get it? He's most likely a fish and meat eater, that's all. I was like that too the majority of my life. I was beaten into eating carbohydrates. There's a difference. I only wanted to eat meat and animal products, but my mom, my parents, they forced me to eat that shit. And so I had to eat it. There was no choice. I was forced to eat it even growing up. And then eventually it became tradition and I got used to it. And I still started to do it, as I got older. But I really did eat a lot of meat most of the time. Most of the time I would eat a lot of meat because that's all I wanted. But because I grew up on that shit, eventually I accepted it because I thought that was the way. I don't know. My parents brainwashed me into believing that was the way. They conditioned me. Like this guy's trying to condition you right now.
It's just... Do you think your body deserves the primary and preferred fuel source?
I don't know. Do you prefer to look like the mummy when you get older, or do you want to stay static? No animal looks like a mummy when they die. They all look static. They all look young. So if you want to look really like a mummy, really old, like what we call old, I don't know, look like a mummy, then yeah, that's a preferred source. Yeah.
Really comes down to it. It sounds very counterintuitive. If this is the first time you're ever hearing this stuff, you probably, get constantly bombarded with keto, low carb, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And I'd recommend saving this video because it's very hard to find, critically thinking information like this.
Oh yeah, sure.
It's
really hard. Yeah.
Explain like ketosis is basically just a fad diet that people use because it lowers the appetite because it makes you feel
ketosis is a fad diet. Okay.
Sick. It makes you sick. It
makes you sick. Okay.
carb keto diet makes you sick, so sick that you don't feel like eating. So
it makes you so sick like you don't feel like eating. Well, I don't feel sick, and I feel like eating a lot of animal products, which I love, man. I can eat them from here to high heaven. But okay, man, I'll take your word for it.
In my opinion, that's not health, you know. So
right, that's not health, man. Well, guess what? I think I'm going to stay on my meat diet, and you stay on your high glycogen diet. And we'll see what you look like at 100, and we'll see what I look like at 100. Okay, dude? Yeah, man.
A lot of people just justify it. They want to eat, you know, cheese and steaks while they're starving themselves because they're so hungry that
they just want to eat cheese and steaks and that because they're so hungry. They're starving because they're so hungry. The funny thing is I'm not starving because I'm in a positive nitrogen balance. See, when you're just on your natural diet eating meat, I don't eat cheese because cheese is fake. I eat animal products, and therefore I'm never starving because I'm getting the required nutrients that my cells want. So I'm always in a positive nitrogen balance, which is equated with what? Youth, longevity, and regeneration. But if you're starving on sugar, if your cells are starving for nutrients, but you're feeding it sugar, well, guess what's going to happen? You're going to fucking look like a mummy. That's what.
You know, they just want high calorie fatty food, which, you know, what happens to a lot of people on keto, they go keto.
High calorie fatty food? I don't know about high calories. I like fat, animal fat, like omega fatty acids, which can only be found in animal products. Yeah.
Lose weight.
Well, they'll say plants have them, but I doubt it. There's nothing in plants.
And then, you know, they're eating all this fatty, junky crap, and they're still eating too much. To, you know, they gain weight.
Junky crap? So meat products, animal fat, meat products is junky? Junky food?
Right, because, you know, when you're eating fat, 100% of that gets stored is body fat, you know.
Really? So if you eat animal fat, 100% of it gets stored as fat. Well, that's funny because I've never seen any animal that eats meat and animal fat ever get fat. But when they eat these, you know, so-called plants and fruits and carbohydrates and everything, they get really fat. Wow, that's unusual. Okay. Guess it's the opposite.
Carbs.
I guess I'm really, really, really fat now. I must be like 500 pounds.
The body doesn't really want to store carbs as body fat. It burns.
Oh, it doesn't want to store carbs as body fat. Is that complex carbs or simple carbs? Which one is it? Huh? Which one is it?
It burns it. Use it. Like I said, the whole entire body uses it.
Yeah, it spikes insulin, right? And then the fats that you are eating from the carbohydrates turn into fat cells, right? Because you're starving. It turns on a mechanism that says, guess what? You spike insulin goes to the brain sends a message and says, you know what? We're not getting any nutrients, so we're going through a famine. We must be starving because he's eating slave food or something. And then what it does is it converts that, it stores that fat that's in there because of that triggering of the insulin spiking of it, turns it into fat. It stores it in there for, you know, future demands because you might go through a much more worse famine than you are already going through right now. Because think about that. If you're constantly starving off of sugar spiking insulin, right? You're just starving throughout your lifetime. And your body thinks, and even if it doesn't really store a lot of it as fat, maybe some fat, whatever, not a lot, but some, whatever. Who cares? The point is, because you're not consuming that much, you're consuming so forth, so on, you're busy, you're working, you don't have time all the time, but you're always starving anyways, eating the sugar diet. That's why you turn into a mummy, because you've starved your cells of nutrients because of the sugar. Get it? You understand me? It's kind of ridiculous.
So it just gets used up. And if it does try and convert it to fat, it's not very effective. When the body gets carbohydrates, it will lose like 95% of the energy during the conversion.
Yeah, well, sugar doesn't turn into fat. It's the fat that turns into fat that's in there because the sugar has spiked the insulin, sent a message to your brain.
Process of turning the carbohydrate to fat. So 100 grams of carbs
Yeah, but sugar is not a nutrient. And human cells only want nutrients.
If it does reach the maximum conversion period, maybe it's...
Think about what's in animal fat. There's a lot of nutrients in animal fat. It's highly nutritious. See what I mean? I don't know what this guy's trying to pull here, but okay.
Was 5 grams of fat. If you're absolutely topped up, all sorts, whatever the hell,
Sure, yeah.
doesn't even happen.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it depends what your goal is. All the pro bodybuilders, everything, they're all dieting. Old school is just low fat, high carb. So just consider them points.
Old school bodybuilders, yeah, okay.
See if it's useful for you.
Yeah. We know it can be stored in the muscle as well. It can store. It's an energy source. It starts storing in the muscle as well, not only in the fat cells but muscle.
Yeah,
So what do the old school bodybuilders do when they got double storage? They got some in their fat cells and they got a lot of it in their muscle. What do they do about it? About the fat in the fat cells? Well, they took this thing called anabolics. They got off the androgens and they went on high anabolics. So that lowered the triglyceride in the fat cell. Get it? But retained the glycogen in the muscle. The opposite.
That's pretty much all I got to say on that. So if there's anything
which will contribute to glycation, of course, over time, because it's in your muscle, so it contributes to glycation. Yeah.
I missed out, or anything you want me to bring to light, I can include it into my next video. Leave it here. I got loads of other videos on how to build some serious fitness. So
he's got loads of videos how to build fitness. Okay. See, this is the thing. You see, it's channels like this where they just regurgitate what you want to hear, what you'll believe. So he's just feeding you on your beliefs. He knows the truth that you really do run better on animal fat and meat. But because he's trying to sell you on whatever is being pushed in the moment out there, he's thinking to himself, why should I be the one telling you the truth? I'll just tell you what you want to hear. Yeah, the preferred source is glucose. And I bet you people are watching this going, yeah, right on, man. Yeah, that's a preferred source. Because let's see his comment section. Oh, 110 comments. That's a lot. I never get that many. And his channel is new. So preferred for whose body? Is someone eating a SAD diet? Those following carnivore or keto diets will use ketones instead. Okay, well, here's an interesting guy. He makes a good point. What is he answers here. What does he say? If you call staying in first gear versus being in fifth gear when your body has supply of carbs. Okay, whatever. Biggest load of lies. People started to farm 10,000 years ago. Well, there's a smart guy. Carbs equals cancer. Oh, there's some intelligent people on here. So many people causing car crashes and generally failing at life because they are sugar deprived. Oh, well, there's a dumb one. He found a dumb one. He went fishing. Oh, Kent the Carnivore even answered this one. I love it. 22 hours ago. We make all the sugar we need. We get 2 times more ATP. Yeah, well, I know Kent the Carnivore. He's got his own channel. Your body produces the glucose it needs from protein you eat. Yeah, but very little, like a gram or something of sugar, if it needs it. So yeah, okay. This is embarrassing. He thinks it's critical information. This is an insecure ergomatic who desperately needs attention. Well, he needs to build his channel. Strange, I eat about 20 grams of carbohydrates a day. But I love the video because I know he's full of shit. He knows better than that. But anyways, I'm just making fun of it because it's funny. Strange, I eat 20 grams of carbohydrates a day and have a daily need of 3,500 calories a day. I eat mostly fish, meat, eggs, okay, whatever. Glucogenesis, your body produces exactly the amount of glucose it needs, even if you on keto. Okay. You need, Face IQ even answered this video because this guy only has like 400 fucking things on his channel. These people catch on to this shit really quickly. It's incredible, isn't it? So everyone has wrong except this random guy on YouTube. 10 subscribers, right? Well, he's got a little bit more than that, over 400, I think there. Your brain prefers fat to run optimally. Yeah, respectfully. This is some of the worst diet advice. Okay. I think you might want to take this video and attempt to be sarcastic. Oh, yeah, he is being sarcastic. I'm pretty sure he is, but I don't care. I don't even know this channel, but he thinks humans were starving, harvesting potatoes 250,000 years ago. Someone get this guy a bowl of cornflakes. Okay. So just the rant. No sourcing. Well, maybe this is how he's trying to build this channel. He's catching your attention. Once he got your attention, look, 431 subscribers. Because I was thinking to myself, maybe I should make a video like this too. Because I find this interesting. Maybe I should make some videos, stupid videos like this. You know what I mean? Some stupid stuff like building muscles, like weights build muscles or something. Or preferred fuel source is sugar, man. You're going to do it like amazing, man. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. That was quite interesting. Look, even Face IQ answered. Kent the Carnivore, some famous people. They posted here because there's a big channel. These are big channels, bro. Yeah, that's interesting. Wow, I had no idea. That's really interesting. Okay. Yeah, Face IQ right there. See? Face IQ. Kent the Carnivore. So he obviously got their attention and he got my attention because it popped up. But I wonder why YouTube is pushing this. It's kind of weird. He's only got 531 subscribers, but they actually pushed this video and it popped up in my feed. It's insane, man. I don't know what's really going on here. But anyways, friends, you tell me what's going on, man. Like, subscribe, support the channel. See you in the next one.
Check it out. I hope you learned something. All right. Have a good one. Get out there.
Yeah, I will. See you later, friends.